You're listening to WCCU Radio at Coast Carolina University Student Radio Station.
And how are we doing, listeners? It's our 18th show. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon.
Big
Hot
18.
day. Hot
It is
day.
warm out today.
It was in the 80s. I think table talk is definitely something that WCC Radio has needed. We've had a lot of talk shows, and they're all great. I love all of my programs, and heck, I kind of do talking music too. But the thing about table talk is it's such a fresh and funny show. I mean, you listen to it and you're laughing the entire time they're on air. And it's very topical. It goes beyond the campus. It's on campus, off campus things going on. It's a satirical look at things like that. And honestly, I think it's a good laugh. And as their bio says on social media, it's something to look forward to.
I just like the sound of it.
I've been working with the radio station for 4 years now, coming up to the end of my term. I was a DJ from my freshman year until the end of my senior year, and I started as the program manager who manages all the shows directly and sound of the station my sophomore year, and then I got promoted to station manager my junior year, which is the role I currently serve as.
So what is your duties as station manager?
As station manager, I kind of oversee everything going on with the station, whether it's making sure my business manager and my program manager are doing their stuff, that no one's catching on fire, nothing's breaking. If something does catch on fire, which it hasn't, or something breaks, I go and fix that. I train the hosts. That's the big part of my job, really, where I spend the most time with all of our people who work for WCC Radios. I train them on how to use the soundboard, how to use the computer, and things of that nature, and just kind of the general contact for the station.
Okay. So you said you've been working with WCCU for basically your entire time here.
Yep. So I walked in the radio station one day, and my boss and the faculty advisor for the radio station, Professor Kimberly Schumacher, she was training two people, and she said, "Hey, these guys want to have a radio show." I just happened to be walking by, and they were looking in or something like that, and so I'm giving them some basic information. So I took their information down, talked to them. I did their training and their audition after that, and that's pretty much it. They were talking about show ideas, and they talked about, can we have guests? And of course, they have a plethora of guests on all the time that add to, again, the variety of the show and keeps it really entertaining. So yeah, I worked with them and getting them set up, and I just kind of like threw them in the water like a baby learning to swim, except maybe not exactly like that. However, they really just kind of took off without needing me. I think the only thing they ever asked was, how do I save my show to an MP3? And after that, they've done it by themselves.
And when it comes to their impact, like I noticed they have a huge social media presence. How do you think that necessarily factors in, not just for their show, but for WCCU and other programming altogether?
I would say WCC Radio isn't, it's not just the radio station, it's made up of our programs. And of course, when you have Table Talk, who's been able to capitalize on such a huge social media following, you are able to spread the word and say, oh, there's this great radio show that my friends do, they're really funny. Mike and Harry, they've got this great show. Where do I listen? Oh, WCC Radio. And it kind of comes in and say, oh, this is where this is. And a lot of people don't know about WCC Radio. And I think their huge following has kind of given us the exposure of, wow, there's really cool content on this network. And when we're not playing an on-air show, we are playing random music, or other on-air shows are great too. And of course, we cross-promote. I always say, hey, be sure to tune in later, or blah, blah, blah is going on, et cetera, et cetera. So it's very impactful, as their following has really driven attention to WCC Radio, and I've definitely noticed our listener count has gone up this semester.
Okay.
It's statute of limitations. They can't get me for it anymore.
Where's the proof? I don't think there's any proof.
Besides
That's a
being
good
video,
story. Let's
besides
talk
being
about this
video,
story.
Yeah. I stayed in Tyler's room for an entire year.
Entire year. Our RA thought his name was Tyler.
Because I didn't want to live with random roommates.
Yeah, so
I had my dorm room.
and my roommate Tyler, he never showed up.
No.
But he's
He
one of
showed
our
up,
friends,
he left,
so he just gave Cook the key and Cook